4-year degree. For one, I believe that the research part of it, unfortunately, did not get the due share. And with the changes which have been suggested in the education policy, I believe that a huge change is going to happen. The country are not going to dole out degrees. They are going to send students who are knowledgeable, who can contribute for patents, who can contribute for highly valued research papers. And I personally feel this is a must. Unfortunately, in today's education, the degree becomes the main factor. Degree is important. I am also just a BSc. But what is more important is the child must have self-respect in what he has studied. And I believe that can only come if he can contribute to the quality of education. And I personally believe a child must always opt for the course it would like to do. And in this policy, what they have done is the child can opt out. The exit policy says after 1 year, the child can opt out. Then move away, do with a certificate. After 2 years, he can move with a diploma. With 3 years to the normal degree. 4th year as a preferred degree. And I believe the other part of it is the child which moves out with a certificate can move to some other university, do the 2nd year, do the 3rd year, come back to the parent institution and use the credit of those institutions in the outgoing exam of the university. I think this is a mind-changing changes. I was telling the Honorable Minister, it is absolutely mind-boggling. I know the ministry, the connected people will have huge problem in implementing it. But I wish the government well, because this is the way the education must go. I used the word the minister used. We would like to send Vishwamanavas outside, not just graduates. And sending just graduates, anybody can do, any institution can do. But if you really want a talented person to go out, then this is the only way. One thing which I thought was missing is the emphasis on quality of education. The emphasis on merited students only getting into education. Yes, the deprived sections do have a right to have education, but that doesn't mean that the people who can really contribute in the area of research, writing of patents, etc., they cannot be kept out. If you are deciding that 50% of the bright people could be kept out, I believe you are doing injustice to the field of education. And merit alone should be the criteria. There are diploma courses, there are certificate courses. These children can move from certificate to diploma to degree to master's program, continuously finishing their PhD. So option for any boy like me, I am a very ordinary student, but if I had a mindset to do my PhD, I could have as well done in today's context. And I am very sure this change which the Honorable Minister is suggesting, which I am very happy Karnataka is among the first states to implement the new education policy. Another factor which really I thought was very, very interesting is the importance given to the institution. Earlier, the universities were termed on different names. The Deemed University, there are multiple universities which were there. And today there is only one word, university. All universities are similar. And they have directed the IITs, AIMS, etc. also to take liberal arts and many other programs. And I wish connectivity between different segments of education is very important. For example, I do my engineering. If I do my engineering, then I may not have any knowledge about marketing, about product development, and multiple issues. I personally believe the present education, the option given for the student to take up these courses during the course of his education career is a great step forward. And I believe this will greatly help agriculturists. Agriculturists who do agriculture they have to market the product. The benefit of the product should not go to somebody else, should go to the grower. And the educated people like some of us who are moving into the market area, obviously we must have some knowledge about how to handle our money, how to see that our product gets the best price. These are issues which the present education policy will offer. One other area which I thought the government has thought, liberalize the education system. Liberalize it. According to that, the ultimate authority in any education institution in future is the governing council of the university. They have said you have to function within the norms of the government, whether it could be the state government, whether it could be the central government. As long as you function within the norms of the state government and the central government, you have absolute liberty to have your colleagues who should be committed. It is not on religious basis, it is not on political basis, exactly on merit. Merit alone should be the criteria where the governing council, which is the ultimate body for that university, who will control the university. And I personally believe these are changes which must have happened 50 years back. And I congratulate the current government. At least at this point of time, they thought these changes have to be brought in. These changes have to be brought in for the good of the people, good of the student, above all, good of the nation. One factor which possibly I thought which should have been included is a cordiality among the community. I think the division of the institution as minority institution, I'm also from a minority institution, my mother tongue is Tulu, but I did opt to be a part of that. But the only reason I did opt for that was because I thought best of students should come and join. It is not that they are of my religion, it is not that they speak my language, it is not for any other factors. But I should have the best of students in an institution. After all, who are the best ambassadors in any education system? It is the students. The brighter the student you send, because I also would like to tell you, a good institution like Mangalore University, a good institution like IIT, these are institutions who get the best, who do well today because they have the liberty to select the best of students. And once you get the best of students, I believe you move forward. And I personally feel this liberalization should move forward to see that India becomes the hub of great education system. This can only happen. Don't look at my community. Don't look at my profile, whose son I am, but only based on my academic background. One of the areas which I thought in this new education policy, which is of interest, is the care they have taken to ensure quality teachers can move forward in a short time. It is clearly mentioned that it is the governing council of the institution which will decide. Bright student, gone are the days you have to take 9 years, 10 years to become a reader, 15 years to become a professor, to hold administrative post you must have, which is completely service-centric. But what is important is the quality of the person is underestimated. I am very sure the changes of this time, the contribution a teacher makes for research, how these people perform in their education, all this has to be written to the credit of the teacher. And the teacher should move forward. And he must have the responsibility. If I fail, there is a consequence. If I do well, I get the credit. And I move forward in the system. And I may become an administrator like Mr. Parithan. And I believe these changes had to happen much earlier. Now that the present government has thought it fit to bring in these changes, I still believe that these changes are long overdue, and I completely congratulate the present government. I am grateful to Mr. Ashwath Narayan for the trouble he has taken to come here. People like you coming, talking in a university of this stature, obviously the message will go round. The message will go round. Teachers have a role. Teachers have to upgrade themselves. Teachers have to do their masters. Teachers have to do their PhD. Teachers must write papers. Teachers to patent. Above all, even if a single child fails in his subject, a drop of a tear must come his eye, because he is like your son. Many times I have seen teachers telling, he failed because he did not read. If he has failed because he has not read, what you have done for him to read? That's the fundamental issue which the teacher must answer. And I am very sure things will change, and I believe that I have come here many times when very bright students were, for other reasons, have failed. And I have met the earlier vice chancellors, and I told them, this child in his written paper has got 90%. In practical examination, the child has failed. How do you explain these things? When a private institution takes responsibility of evaluation, it should be the evaluation person's credibility is of great importance. And it happened. But the government still must put the benchmark. The benchmark, your Honorable Minister was talking about NIRF, he was also talking about the NAC accreditation. Yes, the transparency of it could be on occasion questionable. But the main point is, these are different people, they are from different universities. Yes, one of them may write negatively, but there are multiple of them. And accusing every teacher that they pass children by taking money is absolutely false. All of them are educated people, all of them mean well by the institution, all of them know at some point of time they will regret any wrong decision they take. And I strongly believe that under the able guidance of the young minister, things will change. I only wish in Karnataka these changes will not take another 25 years. Honorable Minister was talking about 2035. That's the centenary year, possibly the centenary year of the independence, maybe. But most important is, all of us who are in education field, we have a responsibility for the children, we have a responsibility for the faculty, we have a responsibility for the non-teaching staff. These are our responsibilities to run the education institution or the governing council. And I know in a government university things are much better, because you have much more liberty than a deemed university or also university has. I thank Ashok Narayan for the trouble he has taken to come here. I'm very sure with passage of time, young people like him will bring about huge changes. I conclude my speech by saying, let this change pervade all over the country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.